Come and get me!
Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of Ape Escape. In this episode, we're going to continue onwards and not do any more fake outs because I've done those and they're boring now. We've done about as much as we can with this one. But yeah, apologies for the fake outs, apologies for starting right there. I actually forgot to press capture on the damned video, which I'm about 25 seconds in. Oh, amazing fact. 3,000 meters under the surface of the South Pole, there seems to be a large lake 125 meters deep. Great, my research has advanced further. Yeah, I wonder how she found that out. Probably the same way the actual researchers found that out, but let's be honest, Masumi isn't really an actual researcher. She's a fictional character, guys. There's Charu. She looks actually terrified. Like, I kind of want to ask her if everything's okay and where did someone touch her, because it looks like Jimmy Savile. Yep, we're making those jokes. I really should use someone else that isn't Jimmy Savile, because let's be honest now, it's no longer Jimmy Savile. A lot of other people have gone in. I think Rolf Harris as well. Most people's childhood has pretty much been destroyed thanks to the Rolf Harris thing. If he's actually convicted, because a lot of people probably have come out of the works to blame people without actually having any fact, or just doing it to try and, you know, shame people. Obviously they're the real people and that's why it needs to be taken seriously, but you know what I mean. Oh, goodness me, a case of guided pellets! Seriously, getting rid of all these coins ends up leading to just so many of these, it's ridiculous. Bingo, I have a secret photo, the three Afro brothers. See, that just reminded me of Elvis, but it's fine, because I was 3 o'clock this morning, I was watching a, Fireman Sam, what was it called? Fireman Sam Blind Bag Review by Ashens. We know Ashens, we know the Fireman Sam, we know blind bag reviews. So I thought, you know, it's safe. I know that I'm not going to find something funny in here. And literally he mentioned Elvis twice in the review, because apparently there's I forgot there's a fireman thing called Elvis in it, but he said he looks like Elvis, and actually the guy turned out to be called Elvis. And I was like, really? Ashens? Just why? I swear I've already got that guy. The reason why we're doing this is because, let's be honest, it's the best way to spend our time, but also it's a good way of completely filling out our, I don't know. See, I'm using the Crummy controller. I broke this, it was the controller which came, the silver one which came with our silver PlayStation 3. 2, I should say. And it was one of those controllers that you, well, you know the experience when you're basically so annoyed with the game you smash your controller against the ground. Well, I did that, and I was playing Final Fantasy X with Chocobo Racing, and I just got so annoyed because something was glitchy or buggy or whatever. Chocobo Racing was hard anyway, and so I got pissed off, and I smashed the controller against the ground and broke the rumble. It wasn't actually, I didn't break the rumble, I broke the plastic rumble container, which then broke the rumble. Which is so stupid. You look inside a GameCube controller, it's built like a fucking tank. In fact, it's probably built like, I don't know, something built better than a tank. Let's put it that way. Whereas the PS2 controllers, the 3 controllers probably are a lot better, but the 2 controllers, there's a lot of flimsy plastic in. I know it's flimsy plastic because you don't expect it to get damaged, but whatever. So that reminds me, I want to get the Wii U Pro controller because it looks so good, it looks so nice. Oh, fortune. That bread you hid and then forgot about has evolved. So brilliant. What we can expect in Pokemon X and Y is a toast Pokemon. Much like in Rayman Legends, there's a bunch of things called toast. I always call things leg ends. You can blame all this weird stuff on Mr. Captain Noodles and his fairly awesome family. I say fairly awesome, I mean extremely awesome family, because that's pretty much like, we're like Asnamon, just a bunch of words which I end up mixing up, and I've started doing that myself now, because, you know, the English language is fun, and why not mess around with it? I'm not sure if you can get away with like some of the things that you do in the English language to mix things up in other languages, though I have no idea about other languages, so you know, I'm only going on my very limited experience, so I do heavily apologise if that is incorrect. Anyway, we've only got another 6 more of these, or 5 more of these really, so I'm going to just do this, and then we go on to our natural level. I appreciate we've been here for what seems like 4 minutes, but people have said don't do it off screen, and you know what? I don't want to do it off screen. We got a soundtrack, Code Chimp. We're getting the soundtracks for the kind of final levels now, and also you can. I don't know if Popochi is running on some really weird AI, but it's like it grabs hold of you and then it kind of runs. It's really creepy. It's almost like an alien. I mean, technically, Popochi is an alien. Let's be honest. The darkness at the base of the lighthouse is like not being able to see the woods for the trees. No, it's because the lighthouse is projecting it high up, and no, you can't see the wood because of the trees. Yes, yeah. I know what it means. I just find things like that a bit. Don't worry if others do not understand you. Worry if you don't understand them. But why? But why should you worry if you don't understand other people? Understanding other people, then understanding anything is hard. Understanding people is hard. Understanding yourself could be considered to be hard. I don't see why you shouldn't worry if you can't understand people. Because some people, one thing that's annoying me is people using the word understand. Like, I understand what you mean, but I don't. But I don't get it. It's like, well, if you understand it, you get it. So, someone said that about it's probably because it was about something mildly religious, and they were like, I understand. Was it I understand the logic behind it, but at the same time I don't get it, which is like saying, oh, I don't understand the logic behind it. It was a conversation that is weird. Let's not go into a massive debate on religion, because that would be so much fun, and I have so much time for debates on religion. Clear, woo, yeah. I just try and avoid all kind of religious or political debates, mainly because I don't give a shit about politics. And a lot of people, I know that infuriates a lot of people. Well, you know, be infuriated, have fun. I can just move on with my life. And then obviously the religion one. Well, I used to be, I'm not sure if many people know this on the channel, but I actually did used to be religious at a point. So I do have a bit more of an insight upon what it was like to be, and then obviously change. Oh, goodness me. I thought we did this level. There we go. God, this area is full of screen tearing. Okay, well at least we found where we're meant to be going for that one. So I can actually, so you can make it with jumping. So the Sky Flyer isn't even needed for that. Oh, that's screen tearing. My goodness me. Okay. Well, one of the big things I pointed out just in my original playthrough of this so much, so we're going to point it out again. That water is just so still. Yeah, this music is one of the worst pieces in the game. In there, capture him. He's a bit of a ninja, Livingstone, because he's living inside a stone. So funny, so witty, so witty. You are like the most wittiest thing that ever actually failed at wit, because where's my monkey radar? Whatever, monkey radar. Okay, so the monkeys are actually down here, so it's probably where we should head off to. Because I think I was pretty good when I replayed through this game, actually. I got everything in a lot of the areas that I needed to. Again, if you were doing a speedrun of this game, it would be very much you get the quickest monkey. Well, 100% speedrun, you get the quickest. This bloody mechanic. I say this bloody mechanic because the controller analog sticks are a bit funny after I smashed it against the ground. This was years ago, mind. So obviously. So have you ever smashed a controller against the ground? And if so, what effects? My little brother launched a GameCube controller at me once. I dodged it and it landed on a plate. That plate is no longer with us. That's how devastating the GameCube controllers were to throw. Obviously, it's nothing like a Nokia 3 because Nokias build tanks and stuff. And yet, my casing of one of my Nokias is broken. But you know what? We'll just. Okay, so how many monkeys are there left? 2. I think the last 2 are here anyway. It's one of those things. Like I understand the meme behind it, but it gets to the point where it's a bit annoying. Come on. Really? Well, if they're not going to do anything, we may as well just ignore them. Like, why not? What the hell? Camera? There we go. Well, we're 11 minutes into... No, we're not. We're like 9 minutes into an episode, and Golden IDS has already found a few bugs. Oh, great, this bit. Can we sneakily make it? No, we can't. See, that's the one thing about this Sky Flyer. I feel like it's so slow. There I go. I'm using the I feel like thing. One of my friends uses that all the time. And I end up coming away from conversations with her going, I feel like this. I mean, I understand why people use it. I understand why it's used, but like, it annoys me when I use it because it doesn't make a little, I don't know, it doesn't make a little bit of sense. Like, I feel, especially when it's used in context where, I don't know. I don't mind it when that friend uses it. It's one of her endearing traits. One of her many endearing traits. And no, this is not suddenly talking about said friend's cleavage or anything like that. It's talking about actual traits that I find endearing. Because instantly, the internet jumps to that other one. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I thought what I'd do is actually talk about the 2DS here quickly. Reason being is because I did make a vlog about it, but I kind of want to... I don't know if I'll ever release it. But I don't understand why people are so pissed about it. I can understand... oh god, this is disgusting. Banana juice actually makes me vomit. Just, that makes me want to vomit. Like, I understand people are pissed at the idea that the 2DS wasn't the 3DS, wasn't what they expected it to be. But come on, it's not even meant for you. You know exactly who it's meant for. 7-year-olds. Who, you know, the 3D effect has been found it could be harmful. So what would the parents do? Let's think about it. Would your parents, A, buy you a console that could possibly damage your vision? That would be viewed as bad parenting. So they don't. So if they buy you the 3DS, then they've got to either put the parental controls on, let's be honest, most of them can be circumnavigated by guessing the pin, and or leave them to trust them they're not going to activate the slider. Well, trust is a cool thing, but let's be honest, if it's about damaging themselves and they don't fully understand it, you can't really trust them for that. And most parents, let's be honest, does everyone have the time to find out how to, you know, set the device to do what you want it to? And also the hinges, let's be honest, the hinges are going to break. That's one of the things about the original DS and DS Lite. The hinges break because people mess with them, and kids under a certain age are going to mess with them. So yeah, so essentially what they've done is they removed the 3D slider, essentially removing 3D, which means kids under 7 can buy it and parents don't need to worry. And they can also, you know...
You don't have enough gold coin.
Oh, shut up, Natsumi. Shut up. Shut the front door. I know, okay? Just dumping my frigging coins there. Holy hell. What, crawled up your vagina and died today? Christ almighty, Natsumi. It's just that, like, she says it, like, with, oh, why have you got enough gold coins? Like, no. No. Oh, God, I'm starting to sound like... I'm starting to sound like some of the people in my flat when I say no. No! I sound like a posh North person. I do not sound like someone from wherever that was. Anyway. So, yeah, they've essentially removed that, and they've still got the parental controls for those wanting to use it. And they've made it, they've got rid of the hinges, it's all one screen, it's £109. It's cheap. It's a really good idea, because most people, think about it, if you don't take your 3DS out, which a lot of people don't do, then there's no point of having something that fits into your pocket. Therefore, it can be whatever size you want. I mean, yes, it doesn't look the most attractive thing, I will agree with that, but I don't think it's, I don't think it's deserving all this hate. There's, like, hate Nintendo for not releasing hate Nintendo for not learning from their mistakes from the 3DS launch, from the DS launch, because everything since the GameCube launch has had just no titles since then. It's just ridiculous. It's like, I understand, you made the damn console, it's cool, GG and all, you know. You bought, I don't even know where that was going, but you can guess it would be something along the lines of, I understand the fact that, you know, whatever. No, I don't. I don't understand the fact that getting pissed off at a new console that isn't even aimed at you, when you've already bought into a console like the 3DS and the Wii U, which didn't see games coming out for a long period. Hell, even the 3DS had to have that price cut, which everyone probably bitched about. Again, I don't really mind. I don't really care. I'm with at least with Nintendo games, and I know this sounds a bit funny, but with Nintendo, I know I'm buying into something. Oh gosh, it looks terrible on the capture card. I hope it doesn't look that bad in the actual end footage. But yeah, whatever. It's not even aimed at the people who are mostly bitching about it. It's ridiculous. So I think it was a really good idea, a really smart idea by Nintendo. Something which, oh, 2 of them. They're probably both up here. Which they do need to do because, let's be honest, Nintendo don't have the. Well, actually, no, they do have the. They have the handheld market pretty much down now. Let's be honest. And I'm going to move on from that topic because I've totally lost my train of thought. Right, this little slimy devil. He is not going to get up. What? Oh. Whatever. We've got him. I'm going to say that was a bit pathetic on your behalf, Muddler. Again, probably something to do with a spaceship, but you know what? I really cannot be bothered trying to think of it. Oh well, we at least got to 10. I feel like the controls are floatier again. I should say, the controls feel floatier, that's the way most people say it, but I feel like this and I feel like that. There's a life down there. There is a life. Well, no, there's not. It's a jacket. You know, horrible. I mean, would you really want a jacket that's been sitting around in this pool of water? Considering there's no visible movement of the water. So it's going to be scummy. You don't know how long it's been there. But, you know, doesn't matter to Thingamajig. He'll pick up his little vest. Technically, it's a vest, not a jacket. I mean, look at it. It's like... It's those vests that I don't like the look of at all because they're kind of weird. So yeah, if you want to get all these, which gives you a lot of coins... I think I demonstrated that when I came in here earlier on. You just do that, and you totally miss all of them. Yeah, the depth perception makes it a little hard to do. I mean, there's a lot of random coins like this, but whatever. There we go. You get a nice, you know, amount of money. Oh god, it's that. Can you hear that? Because that's the sound of torment and pain. Wow. Good job there. Also, good job at defying the laws of physics by... Thing is, I don't know if it moves slow enough for it to defy the laws of physics. So, whatever. Oh gosh, it's just too sensitive, and obviously you've got to release the button, which makes it kind of annoying. Anyway, we'll ignore the rest of these coins, because it's not like I need them. And then we get the monkey to come out of here, and everyone is happy. I didn't even aim. Rick. Well, Rick, you're screwed. You're in my net. One thing I don't get about the whole Spectre escaping is surely the first thing you do when Spectre arrives is take that peak point helmet off him. Once the peak point helmet is off him, he's like docile anyway, it's fine. It's not an issue. But apparently, someone, looking at the two people in the lab who've done basically next to no work and stood in front of computer screens, why do I even get angry at them? They're just characters in a video game. There's no need for madness. There's no need for anything. Okay, so there's another 3 to get in here, and I assume all 3 of them are in the ninja house. Well, we'll find out by... yes, some of them will be... What's it called? The bling light on my PVR is on again. For those of you who don't know, because I mention this like in every recording, the bling light is the HD PVR 1, 2, all the PVRs have this light around the edge of them, which glows. So all the PVR ones have this light around the edge of them. The gaming edition, which is now ridiculously expensive and don't buy it, glows green, the other one glows blue. You can turn it off in the game, there's no issues with that at all. But one of the big issues obviously comes with the fact it just makes a lot of heat, and to be honest, the PVR generates heat anyway, because, wow, good job. It's essentially like converting at almost real time a bunch of footage to, well, from the analog streams, it's doing a, what was it, ADC, analog to digital conversion, and then after that we've, what? I don't remember that gate at all. Well, let's go down. I thought I pushed that down for later use, whatever. Yeah, and then it has to, and once the signal's digital, it has to encode it. That's really the layman's view of what it does. I can't actually remember if that is exactly what it does. You know, right down to, oh for goodness sake, right down to everything. But yeah, they do generate a lot of heat. So I am quite hard at work, he says. Not really lying at all at the capture card video and what capture cards to buy. And since I've been looking at, I've realised that the PVR back in the day was a pretty good investment. But since then, there's a lot of different tools come out for different jobs. So say, for example, you are interested in a capture card. And say, for example, you need someone's help to try and decide which capture card you want to get. Well, if that's the case, you're probably looking for something that isn't going to be from Blackmagic, so the Intensity Shuttle or anything from Blackmagic, which rules out the company Blackmagic. Now, they're really good, but they have really specific hardware requirements. Even now, they only work with some, like, USB 3 port hubs, which is really stupid. What? Where the hell are you going, Papochi? Whatever, you know what, let's just run. Damned gate. So yeah, that rules them out. Then there are some really cool ones. Say if you don't have a computer or laptop near your recording setup, well, what will be your recording setup, there's a few, I think there's an AVerMedia, which you can basically plug a hard drive into, which is really cool. And obviously, for fudge nugget's sake, you can plug a hard drive into and basically record straight to that, or record to flash drives, which is really cool. Obviously, recording to flash drives is a bit of a no-no, because flash drives aren't necessarily the fact, especially really cheap USB, like really cheap large USB keys have really abysmal writing speeds. Best thing is just to get the 2.5-inch hard drive and shove that in. Oh, that was so nearly just the biggest fail ever. I could see it slipping off. So AverMedia were quite good for some of that stuff, and then obviously you can record it. You can hook it up to your PC and have it not hooked up to your PC, which is a really cool idea. Some of them were like that, but I found AverMedia seemed to be the best one for that, and the quality seemed to be good. Basically, with most of these capture cards, the quality is going to be almost identical, and if anything, it's going to be the colours that seem off, and you can fix them most of the time later on in post. The problem with, I find, with the YouTube, sorry, the people who copy games on YouTube, not copy games, sorry, the people who do videos on games on YouTube, is all the quality tests are COD. I'm sorry, but it doesn't mean anything if I do a test on COD, because all that shows is how well it reproduces one frigging colour, brown. That's it. You can't, there's no quality you can test in that. It's ridiculous, and it actually infuriates me. Right, let's hit that guy down. Because in no way should you you've got to test with some nice colourful games. Some people do this, but most of the group, most of the YouTubers don't, and it's just, ow, it's just infuriating. It's like, you can test the sharpness, but it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, whatever. Just punch it. There we go. He gets up quite fast. Goku. Well, if no one can guess where he's from, then I guess I'm not going to bother talking about it. Da 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 da. Why did I even drop that? It's like it just took a RC-sized poo. I wonder if you can crawl under these. I mean, I don't see why not. You can! Well, there we go. Learn something every day. You can crawl under those. So this also actually resets no matter what you do. That's actually really disappointing. So the last one is going to be the C-scope. So I'm guessing the C-scope's going to be... Oh, I know where it is. Why did they put them so... I really should have got that monkey that was flying around before and then come back to do this one, because we're going to have to do a long trek in this level. Which is bizarre, which is silly, because I actually wanted to finish this episode off, because I have no idea when people are going to get back for tea. It was going to be a one episode, then break for dinner, and then come back and do some more episodes, being a Friday and all, but then I really wanted to do a stream, so we'll see how that goes. It's like 5 o'clock and I haven't announced anything. So you'll know this was recorded on a Friday, quite close by and whatever. Anyway, the seal scope is pointing us over there. It's basically pointing to that little jungle room we saw earlier on, and once we get to also, this is not the best thing for that. Basically pointing us to the jungle room where there's a rock, which we destroy the rock. No, it's not a spike. If it hits me, then yes, it's gonna hurt. If it doesn't hit me, there's just no damage. Absolutely no damage. You pathetic. That's the kind of thing which does annoy me. The damage. I guess it's. I don't know what it is actually. Oh wow, it's this one. Oh, the other room's in. Yeah, okay, never mind. The other room's in the other one. I just punch it down. I'll come back here. There we go. We got him. You're mine. Oh wow. Okay. I do not remember this level well at all. Oh wow, there's a monkey quite. I didn't expect the one to be in there, but there we go. Johnny hiding in a vase. A vase. I don't call them vases, I call them vases. Oh dear. It's amazing the difference between American English and British English. To be honest, it's amazing the difference between Scottish. No, the Scots have a lot of slang, which is really cool. Speaking of Scots, the new Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi. I'm not really a fan of, well, haven't been a fan of Doctor Who for a while now. We'll save this for the next episode. Anyway, guys, see you then. Take care.